been 13 months and a heck of a story. Abraham Perez is returning to the ring. The Resurrection, appropriately named for you.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, for real. But it's ironic because Resurrection Day is going to be on Sunday, which is the day after the fight. So,
like, did you make that connection that this is the both of those?
No, it was actually supposed to be in March, but I guess something happened with a venue that Teresa apparently secured, so we had to wait an extra month. So, yeah, it ended up falling perfectly.
For those that don't know, this man worked himself into exhaustion. Passed out during his own strength and conditioning session in a pool that you don't even remember, right? So you don't remember getting in the pool?
No, I don't remember. Still to this day, I don't remember. It's only been 8 months, but maybe it'll come back. Hopefully it doesn't, because I don't want to remember it. But I guess I did just work myself to death.
Wow, good to see he's back. I guess like a cat, you got like 8 now we're down to?
I'm down to 4.
4? He's keeping track here. We got a little scratch board going. But you return to boxing. Forget boxing. You were like back in the gym 8 days after this crazy ordeal. So I got to ask, did you just get in the ring? Did you hit mitts? What did you do that first time getting back in the ring 8 days later?
So the first thing that I did, the first thing that I thought in my head was I gotta get to moving, because the body's made to move. And for me, I wasn't used to just sitting down, laying in the bed, waiting for food to come to me. So I immediately just started my own type of rehab, and I started walking slowly up and down the halls of the hospital. And as soon as I got discharged, of course, there was my Saturday to, I guess, relax. Sunday, I started, moving a little bit more. Started doing like some not burpees, but like some dips and a little bit of squats, lunges. And then Monday came, and that's whenever I was like, yeah, it's time to go back to the gym. Just, not to get ready for anything, but to get my body back to normal. So I did jump roping. I did my regular jump rope routine. I did some shadow boxing, and then I did like about like half an hour on the bike. And that was it. That's all I did for that day on Monday.
I think most people are just going to go back to how were you out of bed and up doing cardiovascular exercise?
Right.
So we're 10 days, 11 days now after.
Yeah.
Going unconscious, suffocating. We've got a heart attack. We've got broken ribs. We got all this stuff that your body's went through.
Right.
And you're doing this pretty extensive, not physical, but still pretty intensive workout a few days later. Yeah. Like, we know you're in remarkable shape, but shit.
Right. No, I wasn't even cleared to do that. The doctors didn't clear me. They were waiting for the physical therapist, which was a week out, to come to examine me and to start working. So that way he can clear me to start doing regular exercises. But I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait for a week, so I just started doing it on my own. Granted, I was anemic, so I was getting dizzy spells here and there. But now I still had like some people next to me, because sometimes when I'd go up the stairs, I'd lose my balance too. Going down the stairs, it was hard. But eventually, that's just like the muscle memory, just working the legs back up to normal, to regular things that you would do normally, like sitting down, walking up the stairs, or just walking in general.
Is it during this exercise session when you say to yourself, I'm returning to boxing? Like, when does that happen? Like, all of this major ordeal that you just been through, and for months I'm hearing that you want to be back in the ring. So when did you say it?
Well, we were actually getting ready for a fight that was supposed to happen in January. That's when I got cleared. I got cleared like in November, December.
And all of this happened in August.
And it all happened in August. So I was even though all that happened, I woke up, and of course I was feeling terrible everywhere all around. Everything was just depleted, my muscles, because you're 4 days. I can imagine the people that are like asleep for a month or 2 months. Those are the guys that, they need the wheelchair. I needed a wheelchair too, but it wasn't so severe. I was still able to at least get up and walk, go back, sit down, That was pretty much it. But as far as that went, it was like getting back to like, okay, we're gonna fight again. That was as soon as I proved myself with the doctors that I passed her EKG, I passed her stress test, I passed the X-ray, right? My bones are sealed, they're healed, and I passed the breathing, the basic, the pulmonary function test. So I passed all that stuff, and then I ended up getting some blood work done. I was anemic while they were inserting a tube to help me breathe while I was down. They accidentally cut something down there. So that explains the anemic part, because I was just bleeding. So I looked a lot worse in the hospital than what I did when I was at home.
Oh, okay.
Because, yeah, I wasn't bleeding at home, but yeah, at the hospital, they cut something and I was anemic. And yeah, I just had to have my blood cells just recreate themselves. The red blood cells, I lost a lot of that. And my potassium, everything, I just had to kind of get it all back up to normal.
So like, when was that when you told yourself, I want to get back in the ring, I'm getting back in the ring?
That was probably maybe like a week or 2 weeks later after everything happened. So I was like, okay, well, everything, like, I feel not okay, but I am able to do things. Like, it's not like they actually had to cut a leg off, or it's not like I woke up and I'm brain dead.
Yeah.
That's not at all like what could have happened. Well, it could have happened, right? But it's not at all what happened. So, yeah, about like 2 weeks later, I was like, okay, well, the only thing I know what to do is get better. I didn't know how severe it was until I woke up and people told me that I almost died and all this and that. But I know that healing does take time, and maybe it's still taking time. I don't know. We'll find out, not tomorrow.
Well, you keep bringing that up, and so I got to ask the big question. Let's jump ahead.
Right.
Are you going to be the same Abraham Perez? Do you expect you to be the same hammer in the ring tomorrow night here at the Embassy Suites?
I could probably say maybe.
I could probably say maybe.
Yeah. No, I'm going to say maybe. I already said maybe, so maybe. Yeah. Of course, when I'd go into my camp, when I went into my camp and I was sparring, everything was good. And after that, like, I mean, there's sparring and then there's fighting.
Right.
There's 16 ounces with headgear and your partner. And then there's fighting with 8 ounce, no headgear, with someone that wants the victory just as much as you do. So as far as that question goes, I'm still going to go with a probably.
How is camp, though? How did the process feel? How did kicking into full gear, having the date, these recent weeks and lead up feel?
It felt good. It felt good for me, honestly. It felt like that this was what I was supposed to do, because not fighting for a year just felt weird to me. Like, it felt off. I always fight like 3-4 times a year, maybe 3 at the most.
Do you feel rusty? 13 months?
Not so much. No, not so much rusty. Like, sparring, everything is good, but like I said, that's sparring. That's a completely different ball game than actually fighting. You know, I've never met this guy. I've never seen this guy. I barely saw him today. You know.
And he weighed in heavy. Yeah. Did you take anything into that?
I wasn't expecting him to come in heavy, but I mean, it's unprofessional, and it's not even an amateur would do that. You know, that's actually where you learn that if you're 1 ounce over, you got to cut it or you're disqualified. You know, and in the pros, either they cut it, they get deductions on pay, or you don't fight. So, I mean, it's only, what, 3 pounds?
About 3.5, I think.
3.5. So we'll probably give him some leeway, maybe 1.5 pounds, and deduct his pay for the other pound. So we'll see.
We got a big fight tomorrow night. It's been a long journey. What does it mean to you to be back here, to be back at this point, the precipice of competition once again?
It feels good, and I know there's a lot of people that are looking at me closely just to see, like, is he going to be the same, or how's he going to look in there, you know? And then I have the other people that are just like, they're like, heck yeah, finally it's go time. We've been waiting to see you back in there. Like, we're happy for you. We're happy you're doing good, and we're happy that you're still with us. And then we get the other people that are like, well, I came from something similar to that, you know, or I have an amputated arm, but who's to say that I still can't go and chase my dream, you know? I feel like now I'm doing it for the people that had this type of ordeal, that they can still chase their dreams.
Is this a resume, a restart, a dipping the toe into the water? Like, what is your outlook on boxing career as a bigger whole than tomorrow night, or is there anything before tonight gets to tomorrow?
I feel like after I get my feet wet tomorrow, in the ring and everything, assuming everything goes well, I still see myself chasing a heavier world title.
So the goal still remains the same.
Yep. So yeah, I was just on pause, but now we resume.
Abraham Perez is back. He's alive once again.
Yeah.